Hot topics, hot topics, hot topics. Welcome, family, Urban Voice Media, to Hot Topics, January 23rd, 2021. We going to blast it up tonight. I'm LB, your host, along with my co-host, Larry Love. Larry Love. Larry Love. Where you at, Larry? Come on in, baby. Come on in, Larry. Tech crew, what y'all doing in the background, man? There we go. Dang.
All right, yeah, baby. Don't blame that on the producer. Blame it on me, man, for being slow on the move, man, and being new with all this new media hype.
It's all good. It's all good. We also have a special guest coming in tonight. She's our special co-host. Her name is LaLA, the Charleston Hurricane, Shirlene L. Brown. What's up, baby?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, everyone.
Yep.
All right. All right. How's the family doing tonight?
Good.
Awesome. Awesome.
He's wise and civilized.
All right. So what's the hot topic for tonight? Who wants to blast it out tonight? All hands don't raise it once.
Go ahead, Larry.
You know, man, being that my grandma done raised a gentleman, and I feel that in all of us, man, that had created this hot topic, we're gonna give it to the lady, man, and let the lady set it all.
It's on you, Miss LaLA.
All righty. So one of the questions was asked, do you think a single father should collect on the child support? And I think, yes, he has every right to collect child support. I think it's only fair. Right is right. The mama's out there doing her thing and not taking care of her children. She needs to step up and help that father out with those kids by giving financial support.
I agree with that 100%, because it doesn't matter who the custodial parent is. And if the mother has, if the mother's able to work and she has means of helping out with her children, she should, help the father out in some capacity. My only thing is, when you talk about child support, why do we have to keep dragging one another into the court systems and getting other people involved in business? Because there was no judge in the bedroom when we was in the bedroom.
Well, that's true, because I have to speak on my aspect that I had my kid's father on child support only because he was not willing to help. It was always an excuse of, oh, well, I got a family of my own. And I said, well, you have a family here as well. And it's not right that I have to do everything for myself. So when, for example, that when one of my kids started college, he was like, oh, so who's going to pay for it? I said, no worries. I got this. I didn't even sweat it. I didn't care no more. I did what I had to do. Was it right that he said that? No. Did I involve? No. I did at one. He was on child support paper-wise because he wasn't helping consistency like he was supposed to. Mm-hmm. But after a while, once our youngest graduated from high school, I went down to the courts. I don't care how much money he owed. I'm like, listen, I don't care about that back child support. It is what it is. It's on him. I don't have to sweat you. I shouldn't have to hound you to help you take care of your children, because I didn't lay down and have this by myself.
What'd you say, Larry?
Well, if I can butt in for a second. Now, there are some fathers out here that are trying to be fathers.
Yeah.
But can't be fathers because there's some baby mamas that's so caught up in trying to look good for those people that's behind that check that's that they receive once a year or whatever the case may be. I don't know. Me personally,
I agree with you, Larry.
I'm considered a rare breed. The reason why I'm considered a rare breed because I'm not thousands and thousands and $1,000 behind on my child support. Why? Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, it's like the brother said, we shouldn't have to go to no government or to nobody to try to decide how we should take care of something that you and I both brought into this world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I saw you in your glamorous state with that nice booty, with that perfect outfit on, that reeled me in the first place, that allowed me to not think at that time, it was a child brought it forth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that the child was a mistake. Sometimes who we have our children by is a mistake, but that a child is never a mistake. Every child that's brought forth into this world is a blessing. It's considered a blessing to me. You know what I'm saying? So by a child being a blessing,
I think Larry got froze up, but
just and concentrate just on the child.
That's true, and I agree with you on that aspect because some women are vicious. I wouldn't say vicious, but some women do use their child as a pawn to try to get back at the father, and I don't agree with that 100%. I was the type of mother that I made sure that my child father had access to the children no matter what. I don't care what me and you don't like each other. I don't care. It was all about my children. But I can truly say that I did not use that child support money on myself. My youngest son, father, and I, he got behind on the child support, so I would get that lump sum. And every time I got that lump sum, and it was right on time, right before school, or right before he needed something where he was doing something pertaining to school, and I needed that extra money to help out, I made sure that all that money went towards him. He cannot say not one time I spent that money on myself. But I have known where there have been some mothers out there that have used child support money on themselves, and they looking all glamorous and stuff, and they child looks like Who Shot Sherry, hair ain't combed, ragged clothes, but they got hair and nails done. I don't agree on that. Plenty of days I look ratchet, but my children look way better because that's the way it's supposed to be.
Abuse is abuse when it comes to the funds, but my take on it is we as a people, most people, not in your situation, maybe LaLa, but in most people's situations, they run to the courts because they're mad. They want to be vindictive to the other person versus saying, hey, let me take a breather note. Let me grow up for a moment. That moment don't have to be long term, but you just need to chill out and stop listening to your cousins, because quite naturally they got your back, but they don't have your back and your baby's back. And they don't, and that goes to what I'm saying in reference to Miss Gianna Ramsew's concern. She says, as a child that has parents that go through that, when it comes to their child's future, they need to come together. Hello. She didn't say her father and her mother and the court need to come together. She said her parents need to come together because her parents came together to create her. So her parents, not the grandparents, not the cousins, not the aunties, the uncles, and the nays and the nenes, just the parents need to come together. And that's where we as a people really need to start educating one another and say, hey, baby girl, you made that baby with him. Don't go carrying him in the court. You two actually sit down and try diligently to work this thing out. But we're not doing that. And I think that's the biggest problem when we go back to the topic, and the topic is covering, should men get child support?
Yeah.
Yes. It doesn't matter who the custodial parent is, because the bottom line is, if he is taking care of that child, that's a part of you he's taking care of. So help that man. And vice versa. But I don't think a lot of ladies understand what that means, because most ladies say, hey, you know what? It's the ladies the one who's always going to court and getting the child support, not the men. Well, maybe you don't know enough of men. There's plenty of men that has the custody of the child. Miss Ramsor, she's been raised right now by her father. And the reason why I know, because I'm her stepfather. So we need to educate our people, just like Miss Ramsor. When she decides she wants to have children, I'll be more than happy to let her know, look, baby, if you're having problems with your son or your daughter's father, before you go to court, try to work it out with him. And I ain't saying try just for a week, 2 weeks, a day, a month. Diligently try. Think of that word, diligently. Diligently try to work it out with him. And if you can't, then you might have to try some other means.
That's true. That is so true, because it took me, I think it was, my older son was about 16 when I finally decided to go file child support. So it took me almost 16 years, and I did it by myself.
And that's more than enough time to, ask, hey, you need to do something. It ain't so much of your money. It's your time is more than just money. Because if you gave your time, you're going to spend money on him because he's with you or she's with you.
Right.
Well, speaking of time, this is how my son taught me the difference between time and me going all out trying to impress someone when it was all about my son's thoughts. 4 Christmases ago, right? I didn't have no bread. I didn't have, well, let me say, I did have money, but I didn't have the money I thought I needed to make my son happy for Christmas. So what I did was I went, because somebody introduced me to a store called a Dollar Tree, where everything in there costs $1. I had $100 to my name, and to $100 to me as a parent in this world is considered nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have nothing. I can't put this $100 in my son's card and say, hey, this is from your dad, $100, because I already know his mom has already done taught him the difference between value and quantity. So my $100 now means nothing. So I have to make this $100 seem like something. So what I did was I took that $100 and I went to Dollar Tree and I bought 100 items, papers, toys, pencils, books, and I put them in 100 boxes. I took the
Mm-hmm.
time to wrap it up, each and every box, 100 boxes. To make a long story short, my son appreciate opening 100 boxes that was from his daddy. He didn't even care about what was in the boxes. It
Right.
was it was the point of his daddy took the time to wrap 100 boxes for me,
Mm-hmm.
and just opening up 100 boxes from his daddy meant more to him than what the value actually was in the box.
Larry,
Yep.
Larry, what happens to that father? And this is for me and Larry, LaLa. What happens to that father that he's a long distance father, say from the Carolinas to Texas, and he tries to reach out and be that father through the distance. And no matter how many gifts he sends, there's no return thank you from the custodial parent or the child. And then when the child becomes grown, you try, and now the child feels that you didn't do anything. You didn't even try to go to Dollar Tree and do 100 gifts and put it in 100 boxes. And those are the things that, when I say that we as a people need to stop going to courts and requesting child support. Quit thinking that child support means you got to go to court. The support is to support of raising that child, giving that child
Mm-hmm.
some wisdom, giving that child some knowledge, giving that child love of overall. Because I tell a lot of people, I have 4 girls and 1 son. 3 of the girls aren't directly from my seed, but they're mine. Why? Because I gave them love.
Mm-hmm.
So they're my child. They're a portion of me now because I gave them love more so than my money.
Word up. Word up. And I'm understanding it 100. I'm understanding that 100. See, me, I don't believe in stepfathers or half fathers and stuff like that. I believe in any male that can step up, to the plate, to a male that ain't handling his business is actually his, is a father.
Let me make a correction. I have 4 daughters and 2 sons. I forgot that one.
A baby daddy to me, and this is the way I philosophize this. Baby daddies and baby mamas is merely babies having babies and don't know nothing about being parents. That's a baby mama and a baby daddy. They ain't about, they put this title on baby daddy and immediately, oh my God, take care of his business. A baby daddy and a baby mom is merely babies having babies and don't know nothing about being parents. Period. What we got to stop doing once these babies are created, I'm gonna always use me, brother. Trust me. I've been through it. I've seen it all. I heard it all. So I ain't gonna say. I'm not gonna say they like I'm gonna separate myself like I'm the cleanest person in the world. I'm gonna use me because knowledge is gained by actual experiences. So everything I talk about is gonna be something that I even been about or experienced. You understand, brother and sister? What we have to stop doing, all right, is immediately when these children are born. And right now, I can honestly say, me and my son's mother, we don't really get along. But on the strength of our child, we've learned to put the differences aside on the strength of our child. Why? Because what we have to stop doing, all right, when we're thinking with all the wrong tools, is once the child is born, we got to stop splitting the child into like they like I want you to love daddy more than mommy or mommy more than daddy. No, we both brought you into this world. See, these children is brought into this world loving mommy and daddy until things is put into their mind to think otherwise.
And see, Larry,
You're right.
That's the
You
point
are
I'm
absolutely
making,
right.
Larry, is when one parent has total control, especially by being this afar. And this is something that I don't want people to get mistaken that, a father needs to have praise from the child's mother. No. But when that child is not being told by the mother, your daddy is doing this, and then that child grows up, especially with that child being a daughter, she grows up thinking that I never had a daddy. But in reality, she had a daddy, but mommy never told her what daddy was doing. It's not that you need praise from mommy. Forget mommy. Mommy done went on. Hopefully daddy done went on. But the acknowledgement that daddy was there makes a difference for that daughter and for that daddy. Because now daughter grown. One more daughter grown. And see, now daughter still got resentment thinking daddy was never a daddy. He's a deadbeat when he wasn't. And that right there, it needs to stop.
Yeah, it does need to stop because I've seen it firsthand when the mother does not want the father to spend time with them, but the dad has been doing everything that he needs to do for that child, but the mother is too bitter and too angry to allow that child to spend time with the father because she's mad because he moved on, but forget the fact that she done moved on and had other children and got married as well.
And see, and it's hard, and it's hard, LaLa, when the mother has installed so much of this bitterness and control inside the child to where the child believes everything mommy has told them.
But you know what I always say, once that child get older, they start seeing for themselves. And believe it or not, those kids start seeing the actually truth between 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 years old.
And it also not always, because not always.
Not always, but in a specific case, I know this young lady, she knows how much her father loves her because he's been there for her since day one. And I mean, taught her how to ride a bicycle, potty train her, taught her how to do the monkey bars and stuff. But yet her mother is still trying to brainwash her to say your dad is not this and that. But he always makes sure that she knows that he loves her and that he's going to be there for her.
What you say, Larry?
What I want to be the voice for is for those fathers that really wants to be fathers, that has mothers, all right, their baby moms, all right, or their mothers, however they title them, that has positions of making them look good as fathers. But because, see, you know what's sad? What's sad is this generation has become a competitive generation.
Right.
It's not about who do right and who do right, who's what do. It's about who does more.
You're right.
I want you to love me more. Mommy did more. Daddy did nothing. And there's even going back to what my brother said about the distance. Some mothers out here would be too ashamed to let the child know that a father is handling business from a distance. And I'm right here with you and can't handle business. So I'm gonna continue making the daddy look bad, even though the daddy is making me look bad. The daddy and I know that he's doing his business. But what the thing is, he's way in Europe. He's making me look bad right now because I told so many people that my baby daddy ain't shit. And my baby daddy is proven to be not. He's making my words look like it's wrong because I done went to the government. I done went to these child support people. I done went to all my homegirls in the hood, all the people. I done told all these people that my baby daddy ain't shit. And my baby daddy is the top notch. He is doing his thing. And I'm too ashamed to let the world know because of what I started. When you should have simply just
Take a drink.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I get too hyped just then? I'm sorry. Did I?
You did. You did. But Larry, you're telling the truth though. And I'm a woman. And you are telling the absolutely truth. Because some of these women need to be held accountable for throwing poison into these children, thinking that their fathers ain't worth nothing. When 9 out of 10, some of these fathers are out here busting their butt to make sure their children have the best thing they can do. But the mothers are too bitter because the father ain't want to be with them no more. So they're gonna make it hell on the father for being in their child's life. And I'm a woman saying that. And I can tell you, as God is my witness, I made sure that my kids had open communication with their father. I don't care what me and him done went through, and I used to tell my mama and my sisters them, don't talk bad about their father in front of them. I do not talk bad about their father in front of them. That's their father. They want to they let them see what he really about and make up their own mind. Because at the end of the day, I can go to sleep and say, hey, it wasn't me. I didn't blackmail my child to not like their father.
All right.
Now, if all women can have that same mentality, then we won't have a courts full of back child supports going on. If everybody just worked together, because like you said, we both laid down and had those children. We both need to be responsible for those children well-being. And when you see two parents work together, then the children has less stress and can enjoy being a child and not try to tiptoe around the other parents because they don't want to hurt that other parent feeling.
You know, there's a lot of people in the chat chatting up certain things. That's a very hot topic that we just covered. There's one thing in there where someone said it's solely up to the distant parent to be responsible for their own relevance. We have more power than we let people lead to us bleed. I mean, that's true, but when you say distance, you got to understand. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna spill on me for a second. Then we're gonna go to the next topic, guys. When I was placed on child support in Houston, Texas, I was placed under where I had to have supervised visits, as if I had done something, to my child, which, it infuriated me, but, I got over it and went along with it. But when you're placed under so much strain to where you don't know when you can come pick your child up from North Carolina to Texas, you're told 1 week in advance, you can come get them this week. You can't get them this week. You can't get them. So now you got to fork out so many round trip tickets without complaining. You do it. You get your child back to North Carolina, thinking you can keep your child for the whole summer of North Carolina. And hey, you need your child back in 2 weeks. And then, it goes on and on, just that type of thing. When people say you have more power than you feel. But under those circumstances, you're even scared. As a father, I was scared to discipline my child because I was scared they would go back and tell their mother, and then the mother would be like, look, you can't get them. You got to go back to the supervised thing to where I can go. That means I would go to Houston and see my child for whatever day, for whatever hours under their care, which didn't have a problem with that, but it was just so much strain. But now that the child is grown, as you stated earlier, they've been under this illusion of what their mother have installed in them. So when you say that it's up to you as the distant parent to be relevant, how can you do that when it was almost impossible, even though you tried your best to make it possible to make it relevant? But that child, because everybody has their own thinking, everybody has their own belief. You can't make that child now believe something that they've been taught by the custodial parent for so many years. Not saying it's difficult, not saying you stop loving your child, but it ain't the same if you ain't never rode that train. I'm just sorry. Next topic, y'all.
I got to say something first to make y'all laugh. So my son, he's 27 now. I think he's 27. And when he was in college, and he would call me, he'd say, hey, mama, can I get so-and-so? Can I get $50? I said, okay. So I sent him $50. So he would call his dad. He said, Daddy, I'm going to tell you, mama gave me $50. And so next thing you know, his daddy turned around and gave him $200. Like he was throw in a competition. Say, hey, I gave him $200 while you only gave him 50. So I said, David, why you do that? He said, oh, because I just wanted to make Daddy jealous and come up off of more money. So I just had to throw that out there.
Now, when you talked about the $50, Larry, I'm gonna let you roll with this one right here. Is $28 enough to take a woman on a date?
Yeah. Well, you already know everything that I've been through. Everything that I've been through, I would say just being able to take a woman out on a date, and being that I'm also old school too.
Be careful now.
Yeah.
Look, let me put my hair back so I can hear you.
And then I'm old school too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just being able to go out on a date will be a privilege now, day and age, because now everything now is for a reason. But just to take a person out or take a woman out just because of who she is, and because I enjoy being in her company, and we ain't judging one another. You making me laugh just like sis right there, man, and dropped a little jokey joke, man, that's trying to change up the atmosphere because we was getting a little bit tense just then. You know what I mean? So little things like that, you know what I'm saying? But $28 is absolutely more. That's actually, to me, that's more than enough.
Will you take it to McDonald's?
No. When you're
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
When you consider yourself a great person and you know great people that knows great people that knows other great people, $28 can take a woman somewhere where she'll never believe. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. But if you lived your life, if you done lived your life where you done burnt bridge after bridge after bridge, then being able to take any
Stop the press.
Wait, hold on.
You bullshit. You said people who know people who know people, you can carry her somewhere for $28.
Where you taking her? I want to know that. Because it's like a McDonald's kind of trip. Oh,
okay.
It seems like an Applebee's for the 2 for 20.
Okay. Y'all got me, man. I'm trying to.
You can take them to Applebee's for 2 for 20.
Let me tell you something. Hold up. Am I unmuted?
Bring your water bottle.
All right. Well, listen here. I done took $30, baby, and I ain't saying baby because I'm saying no homo. I'm Brooklyn. I call everybody baby.
It don't matter.
But
I'm good.
Look,
I'm good.
I done took $30, baby, and went to the Prospect Park. Went and got bologna sandwiches and bread. You understand me? But look, she done bust out laughing. Went and got bologna and some cheese, bread, made sandwiches, and we just enjoyed the nature of. Look, they go, bro, still thinking I'm playing. He's still thinking, I'm telling you, I really did that. $30. I'm sorry y'all came from such an upgraded world where y'all need.
Here, you need some of this.
Clean him out. Because I'm sorry. All right. It's time to jump in on this one. People, as you said, LaLa, you can get 2 for 20. That ain't covering the drink. That ain't covering the taxes. You only got $28. What y'all gonna drink? Water?
You better.
Or you gonna ask her, hey baby, can you get some of your Kvasse off the thing? Just put a little bottle, and we're gonna put that in your pocketbook, and we're gonna get some ice.
Now, from a woman's perspective.
Excuse me. The real question is, how did I get to that point to even spend $28? Apparently, before you even knew I had $28 in my pocket, I did something right to get you to that point. So I'm gonna continue doing that.
She thought you were balling. Mr. New
That's
York.
right.
Okay, but
So
let
that
me
means
ask you
so
this.
that means either it was the chain, the ring, the cat,
Mhm.
the way I was walking, or
You
either
best
some of
have
the
more than $28, damn it. Because you're already on E.
or E.
Unless you took her car.
I'm in her car.
See how we act. See how we act.
I'm in her car. And I'm letting her know, look, baby, we've been riding for a minute. I'm gonna drop 15 in your gas tank.
Hmm.
That
So
means
that
it's
means
gonna be
that means you leave $14 for dinner.
no,
Oh,
that
that's right. You
means
gave them bologna
no,
sandwiches.
no, no, no. In the midst of that, me dropping the 15, that's gonna be a serious story along with it.
You would go
LaLa,
on the block list.
LaLa,
Huh?
Larry play too much.
I know he do. Okay, so Larry, let me piggyback off of you.
Get right, baby.
I can see the little picnic. That's romantic. But bologna sandwiches, you could have took that $28, go to the grocery store and buy something, cook it, have it in a picnic little basket, going out there to the park, set up some little candles, a little blanket, and there you go.
I feel like this right here though. If a woman already knows what she wants out of a man, why not take that same strength and energy and that chisel and carve that man into what you want him to be, instead of trying to make him figure it out all the time and be wrong, and you automatically tying us to not being shit, when you could have simply just do what you're doing right now. Tell me how to love you. Tell me how to damn spoil you. I got
Okay, we
$28
can tell
right
y'all
now.
all we want to, but do you listen?
Huh?
You heard
Huh?
No.
Yep.
I'm too busy trying
Uh-huh.
to look at this. I'm too busy trying to look at this unmute and mute and unmute and mute.
Don't worry about that.
I
Don't worry about
say,
that.
you say we don't tell y'all how to love us and how to treat us, but 9 out of 10 we do tell y'all how to love us and how to treat us. But are you listening?
Y'all don't. Y'all do too many riddles.
No, not all of us. Some of us
Not
be
all of
point
them.
blank and blunt about it.
Okay. See,
I know I am.
now see how you just said not all of us? This is the same
Exactly.
thing us men is trying to say to y'all women. Not all of us. But you got
Who
a
is
women
talking
that will
about
get on
$11 for
Facebook.
a big
They
bottle
will
of
get on
Bacardi?
Facebook. They would get on Facebook. They would get on Instagram. They would and just straight slaughter us men like we ain't. None of us ain't. Shh.
Check this
Well,
out.
I don't slaw.
Family,
I just slaw that person that ain't shit. I don't say
family,
all men.
family. Malik
But what
Jenkins.
I'm saying, $28 can go a long way. It just depends on what are you trying to do? How are you trying to impress her?
All right, LaLa, Larry. Malik Jenkins has a solution for everybody.
I
But
like
not
that,
everybody
Malik.
networkers now. But here we go. Here we go right here. You going to McDonald's. Hey, I take it. He said $11 for a big bottle of Bacardi, $7 for a hamburger meat, $3 for
Yep.
salt, $1 for a
Yep.
box of pasta, $1 for French bread, $3 for garlic bread, $2 left over. All right.
There you go, Malik. You got my heart.
So ladies,
That's a man. That's a good man.
now for the ladies that worked all week, want to go out somewhere, Malik, can you give us a breakdown for that one? Because that's what really this is all about. Can you go back to the picture? Show the picture.
But I like what Malik did, because there's nothing wrong with a good home cooked meal.
Yeah, but see, we're going out on a date though. You don't go out on a date to
I ain't
somebody's
going out, not with this pandemic. I don't care how much longer I work hard. I ain't going out.
Teach his own, teach his own, teach his own, teach his own. But we going out on a date. That's this topic. Going out on a date, not going to your crib. Because we know what's going to happen after you done ate that good food we done cooked.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, in other words, what we being right now is specific. We're going out on a date, not what we're able to do if there was a chance of us to be out on our date. We're going out on a date.
Well, we better go to Applebee's, like I said, 2 for $20. He better get some water, and she can get a drink. There you go.
For me, if we're being specific, $28 is not enough money to take no woman out on no date. Straight.
No.
Straight. Straight up like that. If we're being specific, then no, there's $28. There's no debate. There is no woman in this world, in this generation, or any 5 or 6 generations beyond, that you can just say, look, I got $28, sweetie. Let's ride out. And she gonna ride out.
We're not teeny boppers no
But
more.
a good woman would say, honey, if you want to ride out and you only got $28, I'll pay the difference.
That's different. That's different. But see, we're not teeny boppers no more. So my thing is, if he invite her out on the date, he better have more than $28.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's been a gentleman, because we ain't opening car doors no more. We ain't pulling out chairs no more. At least you can have more than $28. What you say, Larry?
Absolutely. I agree. Why? Because first, in my mind, I'm going to think, well, I got 28. This chick is so bad. What did the last dude have before me? So I'm not going to step up with no 28. I'm going to try to do everything I can to at least think that I'm doing better than the last dude that she had. Dime piece. You know what? But you know, sister hit a great point tonight. But you're gonna get a whole lot of inboxes, and you're gonna get a whole lot of inboxes.
But some cheap brothers.
I done started some trouble talking about, well, sister would give up some more money. Well, let's just say, okay, so is this like their first date, or have they known each other? Have they been dating for a long time? Because if they've been dating for a long time and he wants to take his queen out and he say, honey, I only got $28, but I want to take you out, then his queen shouldn't have no problem. Say, okay, honey, no problem. I'll just make up the difference. It should be no problem. But like, if it's this a first date, then it's a problem. No, you need more than $28.
No, wait a minute, Larry. Wait a minute. Let me hit. I'll let you hit it, Larry. Say you've been dating for 3 years, and he say, baby, I want to carry you out. Time out. Keyword. I want to carry you out. Well, if I want to carry you out, I better have more than $28. Come on now.
Yeah.
Get me up
there. But you know what? There is a nice restaurant here in Charleston called Page's Okra and Grill. They serve some good food, nice atmosphere, beautiful. You would think it's high price and stuff. $28 will give you enough for a meal and drinks for both of you.
We'll check it out.
To piggyback off my brother, now you said something, sweetie. What you said, and the key word in that whole sentence that you said was queen. First, in order for me to even see a chick as a queen, she had to be worthy as one. Now, now check it now. Now, if I spend $28 on a chick, that's because that's all she showed me worth. $28 worth. Right. That's it. It works both ways. Don't think that I'm going to work. Now, you also said something about some chicks work hard all day. Look, if you worked hard all day, that means you got bread for yourself. That means I don't really have to use my $28. Let's see how real you are towards your man. And back me.
Well, if the man
if I say, honey, let me go take you out to dinner, then I know I'm paying for it because I invited him out to dinner.
But no, he said, my point is, she been working all day hard. You invited her out. She can have $1,000 in her bank account. Your punk butt was the one that asked her out, so your punk butt better have the money.
Yeah, so I ain't gonna ask out. I ain't asking her out there, man.
That's why my grandma said, don't ever tell him how much money you really have.
I'm not asking out. If I ain't got the bread, then I can't do it, man. So
there you go. Say that again, Larry.
If I ain't got the, I'm not going to ask out. But there are some men that will step beyond the means of doing so because they are so afraid that the next man will beat them out. You know what I'm saying? So let me take this. Let me take this $28 and try to make it look like the best that it can for this man that really has more than my 28. Because I really like this chick. I really like this chick. This dude just got the money to give the impression like he liked the chick, but I don't have the money to give them to show how much I like the chick. So he wins.
But guess what?
See that's
Not
that
all
right
women is materialistic. It's sometimes it's just the small things that you do
there. You
matters
go,
more than
Mama.
the big things.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. You know what? Say there's 2 men or 3 men after LaLa. And say me and you, Larry, we after LaLa. But I got more bread than you do. Your talk game better be better. Your swagger better be better. Because if your talk game and your swag is better than mine, it don't matter how much money I got. She'll sit back and wake on your broke ass. I'm just sorry.
Sure will. 'Cause I got one now. No, I'm just playing.
You right. You right. Because I go through
He's
that
gonna
right
kill
now.
me because I know he wants it. I'm just
Well, you
joking.
right.
I'm just joking. He works
You
hard for
right.
his money. I'm just joking. But that is true though, because because I have I'm not gonna say no names, but I know certain people are more about money, materialistic things. And if you don't have the money, then she ain't talking to you. Versus I'm more of you have to show me just the little things that matters to me. All the money in the world. Do I like stuff? Yeah. Do I like flowers? Do I like jewelry and clothes? Yeah, I do. But it's just the simple things that stays with me more.
Hey, family, let's take a break from this topic for a second. If you look at the bottom of the screen, there's something going on. It says Hank Aaron dies at 86, 2 weeks after taking the COVID vaccine. He wanted Black Americans to know it's safe. Please watch yourself and what you say, because the media is not talking about this in reference to him taking the vaccine.
Well, I know that I have a friend, her girlfriend aunt took the vaccine, and 9 days later she did die, and she was healthy as a horse. They didn't say she died from the vaccine, but it could have been. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
On the behalf of the ones like me that really don't know the difference, because we just out here just trying to live.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. All we trying to do is live, man. You know, some people look at us as the bad people, but we're not the bad. When I say we, I say street folks, man. Cats that's out here, we being labeled as this, we being labeled as that, only because we don't know the difference. We just afraid. We want to believe in something, but if we believe in the wrong thing, then we'll lose. So we
All
don't
I
know
say is
whether.
just do your research.
Well, you know, I got some other brothers out here. They're high school dropouts, even including myself. We don't have the power for research. Sometimes we depend on the next person, which can be dangerous.
Right.
But at the same time, a lot of our brothers and sisters out here are dependent on our brothers and sisters that has that knowledge that can take us to that level and show us better. So we
And
don't
you
know
know,
what so we don't know whether taking the vaccine is the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do.
well, I have some friends that have taken it as well, had no complications, except soreness of the arm or redness, but the redness disappeared after a couple of days. So, I mean, it just depends on the person. Like everybody is not gonna react to something the same way. Like the flu shot, for instance, I can't take the flu shot because it compromised my immune system. My son can't take the flu shot because he's allergic to eggs. But all the information that I've been getting and I've been seeing on TV as well as reading, that if you have a lot of food allergies or medicine allergies, don't take the shot. So I will be one that will not take the COVID shot.
I will be one. I will be one not to take it, not because I got any kind of flu, because I don't know what the heck these people. Well, I don't want to get too. I don't know what's going on. I survived. Look at the age that I am right now. Okay, the age that I am right now. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
The age that I am right now, because I ain't want my dog to do her thing in the house. Come on, let's go. Hurry up, you done. I told you nothing. Let's go. This TV show is real, I'm telling you. I mean, everything that's being talked about and being said and so forth, like even now, you got to be careful what you say, even in the
Right.
media. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful what you say. If you become too smart, you become dangerous. You become a threat. And like again, for people like me that don't know no better, if we feel like we're getting smart and don't have the proper backing, we just want to find the right people to follow. We just want to find the right people that's moving the right way so we can continue to move the right way. Just like me, I didn't come from no well adapted home. I come from a broken crib. I come from an era where any mother that was cooking food in the neighborhood, that was my mom, and any dad that stepped up was my dad. Even though I had one, even though I had a mom, I didn't know him, and that's just being real. So now I have to, I'm just a kid, man, following everybody, emulating everybody, trying to be like somebody. I just want to be like somebody that's going to make it. That's all. But I end up being the bad guy because I didn't know who I was. So
Like
now
you,
here we are. Huh?
like you were saying, LaLa, I think everyone really need to pump their brakes and request the government to do more research on the vaccination, because what works for one person, it goes back to what we were saying earlier, will not and does not work for everyone.
Right.
So if you want to be a guinea pig, throw your chances out there. It can really, I honestly feel that's what's going on right now, because you think about it, with all the diseases, all the different types of cancers that's on this planet, no nation on this earth have rushed to make a cure for any of them, but they've rushed within a year's time for a cure for this. They may have already had the cure, but just played with our mental state to say, hey, we're working for it. They may have already had it. Who knows?
And so much of the information was withheld from the Trump administration. And now all of a sudden we starting to get all this knowledge on different vaccines and different studies. But like I always go deep and I try to look at all the studies. I try to do all my research and I try to make a mind up for myself. Because I've been where my doctors and my job requested, because I used to work in the hospital, requested that we had to get the flu shot. And out of all the years that I lived, 45 years, I never had the flu shot until I started taking that flu shot. Then I start getting sick, real sick. And after that, after being hospitalized with H1N1 and pneumonia, almost dying, I was like, oh, I'm not taking the flu shot anymore. And I didn't. And haven't had the flu or nothing.
Well, if I can jump in, it's not strange to the media or to my people. I'm a street cat all day long, man. All day long. And there's a lot of people that has titled us as street people wrongly. Merely we were just family. And a lot of us is just is young. We was parents back then, or the family back then really wasn't dealing with us. So we pulled together in the street, man, and created our own family. You know what I'm saying? And we did for one another. But by people that was outside of our circle that didn't understand who we were, the first thing they titled us is gang members.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that we was merely teenagers that didn't have no father, that didn't have no mom, that didn't have no uncle, that didn't have that auntie, or you know what I'm saying? So we made it among ourselves. But because they couldn't understand it, they immediately start calling us and titling us gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
And I say us because I'm not even right now. I don't separate myself from my street people, because right now I can knock on the door any one of my street people, and I can get, and if I ain't had a place to stay, they'll open up the door and I can sleep across the couch. But for the people that's trying to put it in my mind that these people are not for me, I can't even knock on their door. Or if I did knock on their door, I have the police called on me before I even can introduce who I respectfully am. So people got to understand how people move. Right now, I feel like this Corona-19 thing is a serious a message from God, because I feel like what he's doing is he's weeding out all these cats that's been playing the part all this time. You know, these cats that's been carrying these titles as apostles and pastors and wasn't giving the right message and wasn't delivering the right people. You know what I'm saying? While people like us, you know what I'm saying? I say us because I'm a wolf all day. I use that analogy. You know what I'm saying? I like to use the analogy of me being a wolf because I've been accused of being a wolf dressed up in sheep clothing for so long. I decided to take off the sheep clothing and start becoming as I am, because God ain't made no mistake in creating me neither. So who the heck am I to allow somebody to get in my mind and tell me I'm a mistake? I feel like I'm preaching right now, Father. But I want to feel like I want to really seriously feel like I'm the voice of all my street cats, man. Because look, my brother right there, LB, man, you know, what I respect about him, man, so much, man, is because he's like my human dictionary. And what I call my human dictionary is he's a brother. If I say, yo, what that mean, bro? Or how you spell that? He's not quick to judge me because I don't know. He's more eager to teach me because I'm a brother that's eager to know. And that's what I love about that brother right there. You know, I'm getting real sentimental on here right now, man. I ain't got no tissue around me, man. I can't. I wasn't supposed to be on here like I ain't want to. Look, I'm not supposed to be on here. Look, y'all broke it. This was a plan to break a G down, and it's working, B. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Hey guys, we're gonna switch notes, and we got a clip we want to show the viewers on something that happened a couple weeks ago.
Fucking idiots that I played high school football with, wearing a goddamn American flag bandana, talking about we gotta get up there and storm. We gotta take our country back. From what? From fucking what? What are you so goddamn upset about?
That gentleman name, I didn't get his last name, but his name was Corey. Corey went ham on all the Trump supporters that went to the Capitol on the 6th and showed their asses, pretty much to say. And I agree with what Corey was stating, because I've been, doing a little digging, and a lot of people who say, I love Trump, I support Trump. Trump's done a lot. He's done so much for America. He's done what the other presidents hasn't done. One thing I asked him, did they know that what he done was raise the national debt to the point to where it's going to take, we don't know what to bring down. And I also put up graphs showing where the previous three presidents, Clinton, Bush, George Bush, and Obama, where their national debt, where Clinton brung it down, Bush brung it up, Obama brung it on up. Obama inherited a recession. Within, I think it was 6 years, Obama brung the recession to the point where it was going down, came down, and now the economy was on an incline. So Trump inherited the incline. Within 3 years, not including 2020, but 3 years' time, Trump almost hided over what Obama did in 8 years as far as adding to the national debt. And Trump inherited, ladies and gentlemen, an incline economy. Jobs just boosting out. Yes, let's say Trump did that. Forget Obama did anything. Let's say Trump did that. But if Trump was so great to bring an incline with the economy, jobs jumping up everywhere. Just jobs after jobs after jobs after jobs. Why is the national debt about the same as what Obama did, and Obama was in a recession? Why Trump and the other elites and the other richies banked off of that, what Trump did to make that daggum national debt go up that high? They pocketed all that money and saying, hey, America, you guys are going to have to pay back what we just done. But Trump is so great. People, wake up. Another thing is this right here. If Trump is so great, he made America so great again, why come the gas prices haven't went down. He's so great, ladies and gentlemen. He did a wonderful job. I'm going to get off of economics. But he did a wonderful job. I'm just saying this to the Trump supporters. Please, people, quit telling America that you did not learn nothing when you were in middle school, grade school, high school. We know you didn't go to college. And if you did, you went to sleep or you just screwed your whole self away there. Quit telling people you are that ignorant. You can't read, don't want to read, and probably don't know how to read. We get it. We understand it. But quit telling us you're that ignorant. Chime in, people. Don't let me get started. Oh, y'all gonna get quiet on me now?
Nah, I'm gonna let sis drop in because she wanted to get up in that point. Bad.
Jump in, LaLa.
Don't get me started with Trump, because I mean, I got so many friends that I had to show them the different prices of gas. They were saying that gas was $4 and something cents when Obama was in office, and I was like, no. Gas, when he got in office, gas went down to $1 and some change. And it was high like that when Bush was in office. But like I told, and they were like, I say, if you can name one thing that Trump has really done for, and they was like, oh, he helped the Black community. Well, I'm Black. I'm a community. Please tell me one thing that he has done to help us out. Granted that the pandemic happened last year. Yes, I'm more financially stable. Yes, I've stepped out on more and started venturing out on my own things that I've been wanting to do, that I've been holding off because I was being mama for so long. But those other 3 years, I was struggling. I could barely stay afloat. I lost so much apartments, cars, all of that. So please tell me, I've been trying to ask somebody that's a Trump supporter, please tell me one thing that he's done for us. The only thing he has done for us is brought racism out more in the open than it has been. That's the only thing I can see that he's done.
Trump has been the microphone for the racists that want to continue that rebelness on. And I'll be honest with you, LaLa, if these people would just use Google a little bit. General Lee did not want that rebel flag ever flown again.
No.
General Lee's, his theory was, if you get your ass beat, how dare you brag about it? Because you bound to get your ass beat again.
That's right.
So for over 100 years, that flag has not been shown until when? Till the Republican families, along with the KKK, decided in the 1945, they decided, hey, we're going to bring this back out. But guess what? The rebel flag they brung out, it ain't the original one.
And guess what? A lot of people don't realize that the Republican Party used to be the Black Party.
But that flag that they're flying, you know, is Confederate.
That's not the original flag.
It's not the original one. Fly the damn original one. If you want to fly, you know, if you want to be close to General Lee, hey.
And you know, living in South Carolina, when we had the shooting at Emanuel 9, and so many people were so angry that Governor Nikki Haley took the Confederate flag off the campgrounds of the Capitol House. Well, first of all, it shouldn't have been there because it's not our state flag. It was only supposed to have been up there because of, I think they were celebrating the Civil War, and they put it up there on the Capitol, and they were supposed to have taken it down, and they never did. So a lot of people got so angry that they took that flag down. And now a lot of people are getting mad again because they're taking down a lot of statues that has something to deal with racism.
General Lee did not want that. He said, don't hang anything. There was no statues in his era. That stuff didn't come into the 1940s.
Right.
None of
So
that was
somebody
there.
asked the question, do you think that all the Confederate monuments that they have taken down, like they took down Vice President Calhoun here in Charleston, they took him down, and they're changing a lot of colleges, dorms and buildings that have been named after a lot of racist leaders. Somebody brought up the question about, do you think they should take down Abraham Lincoln, the Lincoln Memorial? I told him, are you crazy? Why would you?
Exactly.
So what
I
is
mean, he was one of the presidents. So no, I wouldn't take that down. Society has become so fake that the truth bothers people. Now, just look at that picture for a moment, guys. Just look at that for a second and think about what that picture is saying. And this is not to beat up on white people, because there were some black people that went to the Capitol as well. So it's nothing against white people. It's against ignorance.
right?
Think about that for a second.
You know what's sad is that a lot of people take fake news as truth, and that can be so dangerous, as we can see how they stormed the Capitol.
Well, let me intervene. You know, I sat back for a little bit and I listened to y'all. And you know what I'm so proud of my brother and my sister, y'all too. What I'm so proud of y'all too about, that y'all have in tune in what's going on or what's going. A lot of cats don't really are really in tune. You know what I'm saying? They can care less. A lot of people really didn't even vote because they feel like their vote didn't matter. Why? Because there's nobody out here really teaching nobody what they vote really means. You know, your one vote might make matter, but there's nobody out here really caring. Like right now, it's survival of the fittest. Only the strong survive. I mean, I'm just coming from the era when I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if I brought 100
But you know
people
what
to
I
y'all,
like? You know what I like about this election is how that I told my son so many times. I asked him, I say, have you voted? And he was like, no. I was like, why? He's like, Mom, because my vote don't count. They've been telling me my vote don't count. I say, who is they? He would never tell me who was they. So as the election was going on, and I called him when they finally got all the votes tallied in, and I said, you see what I was telling you? Your vote does count. That's what people want you to see, that your vote don't count. Georgia made a good example. Every vote counted. And there were Republicans, that leaders that certified for that state. So it shows you that every vote counts.
okay, now if I can just pretty much, what I'm about to say to you, sis, is almost like that, but different. Only thing difference about it is I'm not using no political terms. All right, check it. Just last week, right? Because I was just donating. My mom's RIP just passed, and you know what I'm saying, and she left me a house, and there was a church connected to it, and I'm in a position right now, man. I'm connected to some good people where I can do the right thing, right? So boom. In the process of me doing so, I go back to the same hood where I was hustling at. And I got a chance to get in some of my young brothers' ears. Now, I'm not going to be able to reach everybody, but somewhere it says God said if you reach one, that one will reach another until we're able to reach us all, right?
That's
so
right.
I did. So check out how this brother caught me off guard, and it pretty much goes to what I'm saying, what y'all talking about right now, but just a different level. This one brother out of maybe 8 or 9 brothers I talked to came to the church and seen me doing one of the rehearsal nights. When he came, he was like, okay, bro, you got my attention. I'm ready to put the guns and the dope down. But I want you to know, brother, I got 6 kids to feed right now, this very second. So I'm letting you know what you said to me convinced me to put the guns and the dope down. Now, what do you have for me? I gave you my guns. I gave you the dope. I'm letting you see that I'm paying attention to you. Now, am I about what I said? That's the problem right now. Ain't nobody caring about no Trump or who made president. Not in the street. Not no real street person. Even when Obama made president. Okay, first black president. But everything was still, everything, ain't nothing changed. Brothers were still robbing each other. Things was still a change. Crime rate was still pop. Ain't nothing changed. The only thing changed is what you're intellectually inclined to see would change. But until somebody that's on your level, that's willing to come to us that's on our level to explain it better, then maybe the crime rate will stop or slow down a little bit. Because right now, the only way Trump winning, and I don't really like to talk about Trump because lately, the street, what we realize, everybody that's talking about Trump end up assassinated. So I really don't want to talk about this nigga.
I
You
get
know what I'm
what you're
saying?
saying.
Look. Yo, I mean, you can't become too smart, man.
No,
If
you
you become,
can't. And I get what you're saying. Like the young brother that came to you in the church and say, here's my guns and here's my dope, and I have 6 children. That's what you said at the feed. What do you have to offer me? What was your answer to that?
well, my thing was this right here. This is where I was locked at. Okay. I was also a person in need. So I turned to people, right, that trained me how to sound the part, how to look the part, how to preach the part, but wasn't none of them able to teach me how to be the part. So when it got to that part where the brother said, okay, here's my guns, here's my dope, what you said sound good. Give me a job. Hold on. Let me talk to the deacon that's gonna talk to the pastor, that's gonna talk to about 4 ushers, that's gonna talk to the first lady, that's gonna nigga. The man need a job right now. He said he got 6 kids. I got his gun and I got his dope in my hand. Right now. We done changed one life. Now, if we can get some of these people that's out here preaching, that's carrying these titles, to be about who they say they are, then maybe we'll have more brothers drop guns and more dope at the altar. They say come as they say come as we are. I came as I am. And when I did, I didn't have nothing but stone thrown at me.
But as a preacher's daughter, and who dated a dope dealer that had 3 kids from, I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And yes, there are some churches and there are some preachers who say, let me talk to so and so and so. Those are the ones that you have to be careful to, because only few have been called. Not everybody who proclaims to be a preacher is a true preacher. You see what I'm saying? So you and I always tell people to not listen to the word, but listen to their actions. And that young man that turned his life over and said, here's my dope, here's my gun, I applaud him. I really applaud him, because it takes courage to do that. My sons,
But see what
my
what I
children's
want you to
father
catch
now
is
is a
this,
preacher.
that same brother that said here's his guns, here's my dope, actually picked the guns back up and the dope back up because we wasn't able to provide.
Hey guys, let's go back to the topic for a second. That right there was the topic. Society has become so fake that the truth bothers people. Um, let's help everyone in reference to that there, in reference to that topic. Society has become so fake that the truth bothers people.
Not everybody's speaking the truth. That's the thing. And you have to see what is the truth and what's not the truth.
But
Just
I mean,
like
not everybody's able to see that though. I mean, you can go for years and not see the truth, but and people are brainwashed every day, just like the
yeah,
supporters.
we saw that. We saw that with Trump. We saw that with Trump followers. They are brainwashed. Like this man spoke for months that the election was stolen from him because of rigged elections.
Mm-hmm.
Only because he's a sore loser. You know, and then you have people who are your friends who smile in your face, but yet in the back trying to destroy you.
What about, instead of Trump in reference to, society has become so fake, what about, just like everyday neighborhoods, such as people like these churches that we feel and hope and wanted them to be there for the community, especially through a time like now. And you have so many people that are struggling, Are they being fake by not, doing as they wanted us to do when there was no pandemic, when we were giving our tithes, we were giving our offering, and where are they now in reference to being in the communities and helping the communities? So could a lot of churches now show their colors, showing that, hey, we're fake. We really don't care about the community. We don't really care about helping.
It depends on their finances as well.
A church has been there for, say, almost 100 years.
Yeah, you can have some churches that have been there for 100 years, but then how many members do you have in that church, actually?
Church should be paid for.
Sometimes it don't matter because you can have a church paid for and only have 3 members in there.
Church is nonprofit. They can get things that you and I can't get. They help out.
Yeah, they can get the 501c3, but then you have to have the people that knows how to get those things.
Okay. So in other words, there's no excuse then. In other words, there's no excuse. If the church exists, if there's a church existing, there's no excuse. And this is where I think that topic states people want to believe everything that they're being told and not opening up their mind and saying, hey, let me believe the things that I'm being shown. There shouldn't be not a church standing that can't help a community in some capacity. Not the whole community. Not the whole community.
Not all churches are churches.
There we go. That's
not all churches are churches.
That's the thing. How fake are you? Are you showing your colors? What'd you say, Larry?
For me to be on here as a co-host to even discuss who's fake and who's not would make me no better than the next person that's out here judging. I'm not in no position to say who's fake or who's not. But from being where I've brought up from, I do realize that there are a lot of people in this generation that will accept a lie faster than they would the truth. Only because a lie is more convincing. A lie sounds more better. A truth hits the nerve. Sometimes the truth hits the nerve in the core of an individual that you're sharing it with, and it's actually exposing them. So what they do is they come up with something now to try to sugarcoat that truth that has become a lie, if that made any sense or not. I don't know if it did or not. But there's so many people that's in denial. Me, there's a reason why I have all these mirrors in my home. The reason being is because if I can't look that person in that mirror and accept who I am, there's no way that I can step foot up outside these doors and accept anybody else. You understand? If that made any sense or not. A lot
It
of
does.
people in this, a lot of people in this generation now will accept the truth because a truth sounds so much convincing. A truth makes you look better than what you really are. Some people will accept the truth. Like right now, you got people that say, I would never tell a lie. But if you ain't never told a lie, then you telling a lie
You
right
just
now.
lied.
You ain't lied about trying to make someone else look good to get a position to make you look a little better. You ain't never told a lie on a job application to try to get a position that you really know you wasn't good at, but the money was so good, you just had to tell a lie to make, let me act the part until I'm able to be the part.
And Larry, that's the key to the topic. You know, it's not to step on anyone's feet. It's just that if people are so accustomed to accepting what ain't the truth and making it their life, making it the way they want to carry themselves, because that's just the way it's always been. They've never seen the church in the community doing anything. They, not all churches, don't get me wrong, but they've never seen the church go to a community and say, "Hey, I'm helping these family out and this family out, and we're doing church cleanup in this community. We clean up trash. We're doing whatever." Some people never seen that, and that's the point being made in reference to when I made the analogy to the church. That's what I'm saying. Some people love church so much you can't say nothing about the church. Nothing.
That comes from having great leaders too in the church. That comes from great leaders in the church.
Great leader.
My dad been a preacher now. How old am I? 50. So my dad been a preacher now for 45 years. He's retired now. And every church that he was assigned to in the CME church, he did some kind of outreach program to help out the community. And that, I think that's one of the reasons why I do so much, that I try to do so much for my community as well. But there are churches that some members just want to come to church and just sit there. But if you want to be a Christian, I mean, you have to reach out to your community. No matter what, it's about the community.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear you, Larry.
Let me say this right here then. And I speak this, and this is for real. And I can get over 200 people right now to agree with me on this. If we depended on church folks' intelligence to come close to God, churches will never be filled up. We need more Christians.
No, that ain't the topic. The topic is, people don't want to, they want to believe a lie versus believing the truth. That's what the topic is about, because no church has ever made any one person close to God. That's something you got to do personally yourself.
That's something, right.
They can influence you, but they can't make you do anything you choose not to do. But the topic is people in general want to believe, just to say like this right here, Larry. I can tell you right now, your best friend ain't your best friend, but you won't believe me because all you know your whole life is that's your boy, that's your dog, that's your homie. But I'm telling you, he ain't what you think he is, but you won't believe me until you see it for yourself.
Absolutely.
That's just like a relative going around, or a friend or a cousin or whomever going around saying things that are lies about you, but then that it's not true. But the people are believing it because they're believing it because that's your relative, or that's your home dog, or that's your home girl, or whatever. They believe it's true about you because that's the person that's close to you, but it's not true.
Mm-hmm. Damn right quick, man. Let's simplify this because we're getting too deep. Let's use Facebook for example. How many people do you really think that's really filtering themselves who they are? We actually got parents using their kids as a profile picture just to accumulate more friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lie. But people are believing in the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We
Well,
got
my
people that
kids
say
on my
we
profile
could.
pictures because it's their birthday.
Well, I didn't know you was using your kids. My fault.
I'm just being funny.
I was using your kids. My apologies. But listen. Okay, but listen though. Like even right now, I mean, some people will get on Facebook, right, and post next to a car that ain't even theirs. They'll see a fly whip, take a picture next to it, post it on Facebook, and here come about 13 or 14 chicks thinking that's their car and want to get with the dude because he took a picture next to the car. Now you want to get mad because that ain't his car. You fell for the picture.
Catfishing as a good one. Catfishing.
Who can you be mad at what you fell for? If a person's intention is to wake up every day and thank God for giving them life, to play games, to see how many people fall for it, you can't get mad at that person because you fell for it. That was his prayer. You fell for it. Now, if you wake up every day and you ask God for forgiveness and Father God, give me strength to not fall for the games, and you fall for every game there is to be out here, you can't get mad at the game players. Get mad at yourself for falling victim to all of them.
That's true.
So what my brother right there is saying pertaining to fake and truth is, I simplified it. Let's use Facebook. Everybody's on Facebook. You got people right now that will tell you, hey, I don't do Facebook. And that same person that tells you they don't do Facebook can tell you everything that's going on your page.
Oh, I know, because I had a stalker. I had a stalker. Yeah.
So
and she act like she was somebody else when in reality she didn't look nothing like what's on her page or anything. She was just stalking, trying to get to me. Yeah.
there. That sounds like another show topic right there.
Stalking.
Stalking you.
Stalking me.
Yeah, what is it about you that's being stalked like that?
Because I'm so beautiful.
Well, either you can be telling me a lie or the truth right now. See, that goes
the
back
truth
to
is
that
right
topic.
here. All this black beauty.
I don't know.
Hey guys, this ain't no damn love connection. So y'all do that.
What was that?
We have a segment, guys, where we call this the You Big Dummy. And this is where we set up to where, you know, that Americans do some dumb stuff. And we try to find, you know, some of the good things, you know, not to where it's incriminating anyone, but just things that just shows how dumb and ridiculous people can be. So in this clip that we're going to show next, we titled this one, You Big Dummy.
Look here, you big dummy. Oh, no, you big dummy. Dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You dummy. Come on, Free, find somebody. Her. Hey, what happened?
I got maze.
You got maze?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Wipe your face. Look, did you make it inside the Capitol, though?
Yeah, I made it like a foot inside, and they pushed me out, and they mazed me.
As they should. What's your name?
My name is Elizabeth. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Well, Elizabeth, why was you there anyway?
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
You big dummy.
I think she deserved that. I really do think that she deserved the You Big Dummy for the week.
I missed it because my phone froze.
Was that the truth? Was that the truth or was that a lie?
That was the truth.
It's up to me and brother
Larry.
believe. It's up to me right now. It's up to me and brother believe that.
You big dummy.
Yeah. She does deserve to be the big dummy of the week.
People, if you're gonna do dumb stuff, don't record it. Because if we grab it, we're gonna put it on Hot Topics. You went to
That's
the
how
Capitol.
half of them got caught anyway because they was recording.
Mhm. She
Big
said
dummy.
that. She said it was a revolution. And what did they revolute? And why? You big dummy. Just say it. Just say it.
That's it.
Just say it.
So what do y'all think about the what do you think about our brothers and sisters out here protesting Black Lives Matter that ain't really repping Black lives? Is that a lie or is that the truth?
They would be the big dummy.
Yeah.
My thing is this here with the Black Lives Matter, whether they are affiliated with the organization, because there's so many different umbrella organizations of Black Lives, of the original one.
Right.
If they're doing the right thing, who cares? Just like to say, what's the original Baptist church, Methodist church, Pentecostal church? What's the original? They're all umbrellas of the first one. So
Catholic.
as long as I got you, Larry, as long as they're doing the right thing, I mean, why should I care?
Well, I got a question as serious as cancer. Who the fuck, excuse my French, told people that nigger means black? Nigger don't mean black. Nigger means ignorance. Anybody can be a nigger. For the first time in history, and please, Father God, I hope I don't get assassinated for saying this on my brothers on our network. But for the first time in history, it felt good looking at television and watching the white folks act ignorant for a change.
I think a lot of people felt that. I think a lot of people were, like, even that being said, you still did not see in the social media platforms where white people were disgraced by it, of the masses, the same way they are when they see Black Lives Matter and try to put that down. So because anytime you see your brother and sister do something wrong, most people, not me, I'm like this. If my brother and sister do something wrong, I'm calling them out. But most people, when they see their brothers and sisters do something wrong, they want to protect them.
And that's what some of them are doing in Congress.
Okay,
like, if Trump would not have gave those words, Trump and Giuliani would have gave those words, I think that Capitol would not have been stormed.
For people such as us, and constantly I put myself in the category of us, because I was that brother that was struggling. I was that brother that tried to rep something. I just didn't know what I was repping. I didn't know what's right. What do we do that don't know those big words, that don't know those political big words, that don't have time to sit down and watch the YouTube and to go and Google? So what about those guys? Because you got warriors out here that's just straight warriors out the gate without all the reading and the in between and the middleman. We don't do middleman. Sometimes middleman delivers the wrong message. So what do we do for the ones that don't have knowledge of self like those that do? We're afraid to believe.
What is stopping you from getting that knowledge and trying to get that knowledge? What can you do?
What's stopping me and being the
What's
voice of
stopping
so many
him?
people, like what's stopping me and the people and so many people that's behind me that I'm being the voice for. What's stopping me is people that's in this position that's carrying this title like they able to teach. See, but when you take the word, when you take the letter off teach, you got each. They ain't doing that. Even preachers. Take the P off preach. What you got? Reach. Then you take the R off reach. What do you have? Each. We're that each. That ain't nobody reaching. Ain't nobody teaching. Ain't nobody preaching to. Why? Because we don't look the part.
But there are some people who try to reach or teach. But are you receiving it? Or are you acknowledging it? Or are you blocking what you're hearing? Or trying to get taught?
I'm not blocking it, because if I was, I wouldn't be on them. I wouldn't be on this media where my brother's trying to push a serious message. See,
Then that's when you step in and you reach out to your brothers now, because they trust you before they would trust me or trust LB. So you could be that teach that can reach them, because we're reaching you and helping you and teaching you, so you could go back and teach them.
That's the reason behind. That's the reason behind Urban Voice Media. Period. Because
Exactly.
we got two brothers, right? That had a vision. All right. And unified two other individuals, which is you and I, that has a vision. We're not on here to teach one another. We know the difference. You ain't on here to make me or trying to teach me or change my life. I gave my life to God already. That's why, you know what I'm saying? God chose soldiers. These two individuals told two other soldiers. We came together as one to push a message for those that don't have the knowledge in every form. You reaching them from a woman's point of view. My brother right there is reaching them from an intelligent, biblical, historical, all title point of view.
Watch out there now.
And then I'm hitting them from the street point of view. That's power. And then we got my brother Jess that's behind the vision that is giving us the platform to be able to push it. See, once we show people that we come together as one in power, because I don't know you, you don't know me, but when total strangers can come together, man, to push a powerful message, that can't be nothing but truth.
That's true.
Well, let's push it. You ain't on here to teach me, woman.
What? I can teach you a lot of things now. You better watch it.
Once again, this is not Love Connection, but Larry,
watch it.
I think you sold it up, Larry, to complete this session, and you ended it. It couldn't be no perfect the way you ended it, man. I highly appreciate that.
He ain't nothing yet. I got something for him.
I'll let y'all talk about that behind all. But Hot Topics, Urban Voice Media audience, we're glad that you tuned in to join in on this session. Until next time, tune in to Hot Topics, Urban Voice Media. If you would like to contribute to help this broadcast, go to Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and donate whatever you feel that this video is worth. Until next time, we love you, family. We out.
Bye.